Okay. This is I can't wait for it. And today we're going to be going over some uranium plays. I had a voice, something tell me in my head, hey, check out uranium. Out of the blue. I don't know why. I tried playing one before a long time ago, and it was kind of slow moving. I wasn't really excited about it, so I kind of stayed away. But whenever I have random thoughts about things, that's my acquired savant syndrome kicking in and saying, hey, you know what, you need to look at this. And I'm like, I don't want to look at it. And they're like, you look at it. And I'm like, okay, I'll look at it. And so then I did. And this is what I found. And so you can't even see me right now. So let's fix that. Boom. All right, here we are. And so I looked up probably 5 different uranium plays and charted them all out. And this was the one that looked the best to me, and it was UEC. And now there's URA. URA is a fund, um, and it has a conglomerate of uranium plays, but it just kind of is kind of moves slowly and safely, and it's just not my gig. I want something a little bit more volatile, and so this one, it looked like it was going to come down, and I know I've got my cloud here. I'm going to turn it off so you can see. But it's a 13 cent per option call play if you get it slightly outside the money. I got mine in the money, and it was like 25 cent play. And I knew it was going to bottom out somewhere around like $2.82 in that area. I think it hit down to about 284 before it started throwing in the rocket boosters to go backwards. And so you could watch this. They had it dropped down, and it kind of got right here at like 284, and I think it wicked a little bit further. I don't know if it actually hit it. Probably it did actually. I think that's my. I think I just drew a line, like a white line there. Anyways, um, I got in. I zoomed in on a 1 minute chart to see if it was just consolidating at that area, if it was going to make a dip down further or whatever, and it did. It showed signs that it was actually going to bounce out and go up, and so I went ahead and pulled the trigger and got in. And then today it's bouncing back up to the $3 area. So I'm about to be about broke even on that, to where it's getting ready to start showing profits. But if you're looking for a really strong uranium play, this is going to be the time to get in on it. It's right here, this one, UEC. Uranium is at a point where and I don't know if it's going to happen now, if it's going to happen gradually, but the price for uranium is going to have to increase because the amount of uranium out there is starting to diminish. And this company, UEC, just bought, um, I want to say like 200,000 pounds of uranium from somebody, and they increased a million shares into another uranium company. And so they play the market. It's basically like a fund, like a uranium ETF, but it also acquires uranium as well, and it stockpiles it. And so right now they're sitting on 2 million pounds of uranium, and that's pretty huge. And it's worth about $29, $31, something like that per pound, which I think is kind of cheap, but whatever. Um, I think it's going to double sometime in the near future, and so it might be a good time to get in on it. Even maybe hold it, hold some uranium right now as a long-term play. I've got some option calls on it. They're stupid cheap, like 15 cents to 25 cents. Um, you know, I got 10 plays on it. I think I even got more than that. I got like 14 plays on it. So if this thing goes anywhere north at all, to $3.43, I've made money. And so we're good with that. I don't know why that pops up. But so that's what we're looking at on the on uranium is, this is a really good place to get in. If you're looking for a good play that's gonna, kind of pay out, and it's really cheap to kind of get going, this is the play to do. I just see it going. It's just, I feel like it's primed, it's ready, it's got 1 foot up right here. You know, I can zoom in on this and look at it from a you know in a much tighter view and see what the market's doing with it. And you can draw a trend line. I mean, there's so many different ways you can kind of break this down, but here's your last high right here. If I drew a trend line that follows the price action going down, it gets disrupted here, then comes back and bounces almost on that area right there. Probably want to, if I look at it from here, where the gap is, follow price action across that. Boom. So now trying to hit the averaged area where it's gapping as well. But when it gaps, it's basically there's a significant area there that's more important than the actual top of the candles itself. And so if I drew a line through that gap, hitting those candles right there, it gets obstructed by this break in candles right here, and then it comes back, solidifies back on that trend line. So it breaks away, solidifies back on the trend line, and then bounces up, and it literally gaps up right here away from it. Once it reconnects to this trend line, it gaps up. And so there's your proof in the pudding right there. Is this is ready to go. That's your play. Like, I don't know what else you need, but when price comes down like this, is following this, gets broken by the price action, it comes up, and it doesn't really break away far, but I mean it does break away from it, and it comes back down and solidifies, showing that it's like literally stopping on that trend line right there, stopping on that. On the next candle, it stops on the trend line again, and then the next candle gaps up above it to this buy area right here. I don't make this shit up. It just does it, because you know, uh, it does that, and then it produces candles, and it comes back down, wicks down, and basically stops one leg up above this trend line right here that I drew, and then gaps up again. I don't know. Either I'm just extremely lucky with charting, or I see things completely in a different way. But one leg up is your universal sign for getting in on a stock. Like, that is the safest place to get in the market, is when it does one leg up. So it's basically, one leg up is when you have a low, price action moves away from it, comes back down, creates a new low, but that low is a higher low than the last one. That's your safest place to get in when you're at the bottom of a move. And so boom, safe place to get in right there. Or this one right here. Boom, gaps up to this area right here, which is your buy zone. Boom, you buy. Does a one leg up right there. You buy. Does a one leg up right here. You buy. Gaps up again. I mean, I don't know what else you need. And so then it should just keep going up from here, because it's basically breaking away from the resistance that it would have going up, is breaking away from it, and now producing a candle going up from there. And now this thing is not like, it doesn't have rocket boosters on it. Obviously, it's only $3, but it is moving up, and it will move up, and it'll continue moving up. And it's, again, let me stress this, it's 25 cents right now, in the money. 25 cents. That's $250 for 10 option calls on it. If this thing moves $1 over a month period, you've made money. $1,000. Yeah, I'll take it. So, anyways, that's my option play for the day. UEC, take a good look at it. It's really strong right now, and please like, follow, make comments. I mean, it's the only way that I can gauge whether or not you guys are actually watching these and like them or whatever. But anyways, I appreciate you guys. Hopefully I'll be able to stream on here soon. But this is about as good as it gets until then. And I will talk to you on the next one. Thanks again.